Good morning, lovelies. I'm Nimz Daily, and welcome back to another Nimz Ramble. And now I know I've been a little bit quiet. I haven't been filming as much videos as possible. And well, so I'm going to make today's topic about that, because the reason behind that is that I was swept up in one of my negative loops. And this time I did not let it get the best of me. Instead, I am filming this to tell you what I learned. So, I've always been the type of person that takes 10 steps forward and then 3 steps back. And I was in my 3 steps back kind of momentum. But last night, I went to bed, I wrote my cleaning list, and I took out my diary and I put it beside me and I said, tomorrow is a new day, and tomorrow I will change my tomorrow. So I got up this morning, I got back to my morning routine, and I had a wonderful morning with my daughter and my rabbit and my cat. And then once she was off to school, I decided to pop up YouTube and catch up on the many videos I haven't backed up on. And to my great pleasure, I fell on a video that was called Control Your Thinking by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And my goodness, did I ever resonate with that. It was just exactly what I needed to hear, because it made me realize that my thinking is often what keeps me in that loop. And that's what I was getting caught up on, because whenever a struggle or trauma happens, I get swooped up into what feels more comfortable, and when that fight or flight thing kicks in, it makes me all yucky inside, and I go back to what's comfortable, which usually is about 3 steps back. And it's not good, because trauma, like Dr. Joe Dispenza said, is simply a snapshot of a very painful time. It's easy to get lost in that motion of the reaction. It plays in a loop for survival, and to me that really resonated, because that is exactly how I felt. So, and then he explained how that we have to avoid the cause and effect habits we tend to have. We have to cause an effect in our lives. We have to realize that in order to grow, we have to avoid the choices that are comfortable. Because often when the choices are comfortable, it simply means that our body wants us to stay in that, because our body does not like unfamiliar behaviors. It wants to stay in what it knows, because when it's unfamiliar, it brings on stress, it brings on unknown, and this is when thought control becomes very important. You meditate, you tell your mind, I know that what is ahead is scary. I know that what I have to do might be terrifying, but trust me, it's for your own good. It's for your own good. Uncomfortable means that it's a sign of growth. You're growing towards something that you have not yet experienced. Why relive that negative loop over and over and over again? I've done it for many, many years. Trust me, repeating your loop will not get you anywhere. It will simply keep you in that yucky feeling you've got, whether it's anger, whether it's sadness, despair, anxiety. It doesn't matter what, all those lower vibrational feelings, they want you to stay there. So if you keep repeating your loop, you will stay there. You have to remember that your body is definitely stronger than your mind, and it's easier to feel guilt and shame because it's predictable. So it's important to use some self-discipline, to break those bad habits consciously, to get up every morning and say, I got this. Today I'm going to do 5 things that I have not done yesterday. Today I'm going to feel great about myself. Today I'm going to do the things that make me happy, not everybody else happy. Today I'm going to do what makes me happy, what makes my soul shine, because I matter. You have to realize that if you change your thinking, then your past can empower you instead of sinking you. That's the one thing I learned from today's videos, is that when you change your thinking, your past can empower you instead of sinking you. Because I took 3 steps back, I started feeling bad, realizing I had to do a few hard things coming up, and I let it bring me in a state of stress and in a state of anxiety, and it made me take 3 steps back, and I started going back to what felt comfortable. Netflix and Facebook and compare, cry, and complain. Which I obviously did not want in my life, but it's so easy to fall back into those habits that I didn't even realize I was sinking back into them. Luckily, I have been working enough towards it that I just caught a glimpse. Hey, this is not what you want. Don't go back to that. It does not feel good. Because, my mind was right. I did not feel good. Now I'm filming this video and I feel a lot better than I did just yesterday. It's not a big change, but it's an internal change that makes me feel so much better. I decided not to go back. I decided to place my energy in the right place and to shed from the lower vibrational frequencies, to the negative past events that chained me down to what does not feel good in the present day. I realized that just because if I don't want that, it means I can't change that, but I can change my perception of it. I can change the direction I wish to go into. I can't change everybody else, and I can't change a lot of things, but I can change me, and I can change my perception. And also, I realized that thoughts aren't always true. I had to learn to really filter my thoughts, because that was one. I had to learn to know myself and to retire that old self, which is anxious, fearful, and that often lets her inner voice be smothered by everybody else's opinion. I decided to tend to my inner garden. And I also realized that in order to grow, in order to change, you first have to unlearn the things that aren't healthy. You have to replace the negative bad things with positive good things before reconditioning yourself. Reconditioning takes 2 steps: unlearn, then learn. I decided today that I was not going to shrink back to mediocrity. I don't want to limit myself to my thoughts. I am more than my thoughts, negative thoughts. I am good. I am powerful. I got this. And you've got this, lovely. So do not let stress and negative things unbalance your life. Today, do the things that make you feel wonderful, because I promise you, they will bring you so much joy. So with that, I wish you all a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another Nimz Ramble. Thank you for the love and support, as always.